This is Brooke. Tell them what you're involved with.
Okay, well, Max, Brooke Powers with Your Centerpiece, and we believe in healthy marriages and whole families.
Say it again.
Your centerpiece, like the state of mind.
Oh, okay. Well, this is cool then. All right, I'm really into this. Tell us what you do.
We strengthen marriages and families.
Oh.
And we do that by doing marriage mentoring and also marriage enrichment classes.
What do you know about this?
Well, I had a really, really rough start to my marriage. So my husband and I have been married for 13 years, and 8 of them have been good, the last 8. But the first 5 years were so rough that we really felt like the Lord was calling us to do something in our community for marriages.
Was it worth it? 8 years of the first 5 years, misery, was it? Misery?
Yeah, it was really bad, but it absolutely was worth it. Going through our church and finding out about marriage education really made all the difference for us. And we recognize that a lot of millennials, kind of like how I grew up, didn't grow up in the church. So what do they have to look to for marriage education? So what Centerpiece does is it offers something that is not currently available in the area. It's offering a biblical model, which is marriage mentoring, and we're really reaching out to those that are outside of the church.
As if the people in the church don't need it?
Yeah, the people in the church need it as well, but a lot of congregations kind of hold things close and they want to do their own marriage mentoring and have their own marriage programs.
Okay, I'm tracking with you. You were in church, you were attending church, you and your husband both, and you're having a miserable marriage. What happened?
Well, we didn't tell anybody at our church because we were ashamed of what we were going through, and it wasn't until things got really bad that we reached out to one of our church counselors, and that really started our 180 for us, is counseling sessions.
Had you gotten to the point where you had considered, or where you had both talked about splitting up?
Yes, actually.
Divorce?
Yes.
Whoa.
So we had been married 9 months, and I just couldn't take it anymore. 9 months. Yeah, that's typically about that first year is when your dopamine wears off in your relationship, and you kind of wake up one day and you're like, what did I do? I married the wrong person.
What did you do?
What did I do? I was not wise going into marriage. I thought for whatever reason that our relationship was going to be better because we're married, and we had no education at all going into marriage. We had no clue.
So would it be a stretch to say that you love your husband?
I adore my husband. Yes, I love him. I even like him now, which is huge.
Now, I want you to tell them what you do. I mean, a little more specifically, do you meet with couples as a group, individually, both? Are you like a hotline to them? Do you make yourselves available? Is your husband involved?
My husband is involved, so he and I will mentor couples together. We work with 40 other couples that are reaching out into our city and mentoring couples. We have 140 volunteers altogether that are strengthening marriages and families. We offer a class a month on topic-based courses such as communication, conflict resolution, sex and intimacy, budgeting. And so we offer those classes because those are the key areas where couples struggle the most.
All right. These volunteers, are these professional counselors, or what's going on here?
A few of them are professional counselors, but most of our volunteers are lay people. They are just passionate about marriages. They've been married for at least 5 years. Some of them are in their second marriage because they learned a lot going through a divorce. They don't want to see anybody else do that.
But what are they asked to do?
So our volunteer marriage mentors go through 15 hours of training.
Oh, okay.
And we utilize SYMBIS assessment, which is saving your marriage before it starts. And we also utilize Marriage Mentoring Academy as some of our tools to train up our mentors.
Boy, I really like you and your husband. This is just wonderful. I was just telling Brooke that I've been married, well, almost 37 years, and I highly recommend staying married.
So do I, Max, and that's why we're here, is really to make a difference in the community. And we know that couples that go through marriage mentoring or pre-marriage counseling are 31% more satisfied in their marriage, 31%, and therefore less likely to divorce. So marriage mentoring has a huge impact in generations to come.
If your husband was here, do you think he'd say, she's telling it just like it is?
I think he would say, you want to be a marriage mentor too, because the boomerang effect of blessing another couple as marriage mentors is even more rewarding truly for the mentor, because it is more blessed to give than it is to receive, and it's a wonderfully fun time to be a marriage mentor.
I am so glad you came to this interview.
Thank you, Max. I am too, and I hope that you and your wife will join us as marriage mentors reaching into the city.